G'day guys, how you going? It's Jay here. Welcome back to another episode of Vault Hunters. Man, oh man, we have an episode planned for y'all today. Last episode, if you remember, we did run some vaults, and yeah, it was quite enjoyable. We ended up upgrading our gear to the set that you see right behind me, and it was a lot of fun. We're making some progress in that regard. This episode, however, is going to be kind of continuing on from what we did talk about as well last episode, which was creating the farms and stuff that I just started to work on. Last episode, I did talk about a little bit how we unlocked waystones, and at the moment, or at the time of that video, the only farm that we had was an Enderman farm. Well, I've been busy. It's actually why it's taken me so long to make this video. I've been very busy creating, I can't remember how many now, I think it's like 4 or 5 farms in total, so that we can start to get a head start on creating crystals. Crystals and crystals and crystals. Oh yeah, also we did run some more vaults. As you can see, I'm level 33. We got this really cool armor set as well. This thing is really cool. It makes me look like a koala from the gods. And it must be made for an Australian, so you know, I'm digging it. We can't really wear it just yet because that's not too good. We'll get onto those pants in just a minute because they're pretty insane. Actually, no, you know what? I'll just talk about it now. There are some highlights from last episode. One of those being these pants that we got. We had actually gone and done a couple of vaults, and well, we got some unidentified gear, and these pants are one of the items that we got. And just check it out. Check out how I got these. Survey says, what kind of legs are they? Oh! What? Wait, what? Yeah, that's right. My very first set of Omega leggings. We cannot wear these yet. If I try to right click them, I just throw them at you guys because you need to be level 40. There are ways of getting to level 40 early. We can apply Wutak shards to those so that we can equip them early. But I think I want to save them because I feel like once we're close enough to level 40, we'll reevaluate. These pants are really good, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it just wouldn't make a lot of sense to throw it on with this armor because we're just going to keep getting upgrades anyways. But yeah, moving forward, yeah, I wanted to talk a lot about farms this episode because we've spent a lot of time over the past 2 or 3 days creating farms. Now, if I come over to the Waystone, you can have a look here. We have 2 pages of stuff, and it's actually pretty nice. You can already see these here. We've built ourselves a raid farm, a gold farm, a magma farm. We had the end farm as well, but then also a wither rose farm. And this thing is really simple. Let's start with this, I suppose. So we've built this in the end, right next to the end portal. It's something very simple. All we had to do was set up a couple of dispensers here. Why is there a snow block here? It must have been here from last time, but we break that. So all we have here is a dispenser with carved pumpkins, and then down the bottom we have a dispenser full of shears. And the reason why this has nothing to do with withers, I'm sure people are asking or wondering, but all we have to do is essentially take soul sand and wither skulls, which we don't have with us right now. And you would just have to come down here and place the soul sand in a T shape like, and then you can spawn in the wither. The wither gets stuck in the bedrock here, and then over there, that's where the snow golems come into play. All you would do is actually make sure this machine is on, indicated by the redstone, and then I could probably create a golem or 2 just to show you. All you got to do is actually just place down 2 pieces of snow and make sure you have the machine on. That's not... So as you can see, the machine was off. Sorry, the redstone needs to be ticking like so. Now we can turn it off. But now, look, there's a snow golem that's been created. And the way this farm essentially works is the snow golems will just be pumped out at a really high rate. They come down here into the room with the wither, and the wither ends up destroying these guys and dropping wither roses. And we get snow and wither roses, and then we can also kill the wither itself for the wither stars. So yeah, really easy, really efficient farm though. And I just thought it would be really nice because the main reason we needed to make this was for the wither roses themselves, so that we can go. So next part right now, magma collection. I always forget how loud this area is when you first come here, but this might work while we're here, but this is what we needed the wither roses for. Let me just quickly fly up here, hopefully not get attacked by too many blazes. But as you can see, this is a platform where the magma, they're just kind of getting attracted to the golem. Hopefully I can try to demonstrate a little bit. stay hidden behind the glass. The golems stay in the middle here. The magmas get attracted to them. They jump down. They get killed by the wither roses, and then it's just a collection system down the bottom. So this is our magma cream farm. I've actually already taken out everything that we've earned from this, because there's two main things you get from this, right? The magma cream itself, but then you can also turn the magma cream into magma blocks. And that's what I needed to create this farm for, so I could go and create the gold farm. So if we just go over here to the AFK part of the gold farm, as you can see, it's not that far. That's the magma farm right over there. And then right here, we have a gold farm with all these zombie pigmen spawn in. They get attracted to these turtle eggs right here. And they're nice and safe. They're protected by some hatch trapdoors. And the piglins just fall all the way down to their death. And that's where our little collection system is. If I can find the side on which I need to go to, maybe I could just try to fly. There we go. So all the gold gets down here. We do have another waystone. The pigmen fall all the way down. Simple, really simple stuff. And so far, we've been able to get a decent amount of gold. But we're producing way more zombie flesh than we might need. And as you can see, we're getting a little bit of a storage problem. And we are going to talk about that today very soon as well. But to top it all off, we actually, so we've built, like I said, Wither Rose Farm, Magma Farm, Gold Farm, and then we finished it off with probably one of my favorite farms for Minecraft, period, is this thing right here called a raid farm. We're out in the ocean. We're actually not that far away from our home. Our home is right here. And out here in the ocean, we've built this gigantic monstrosity of a of a farm. Essentially what it is, it's a raid farm, a pillager raid farm, and you can get a whole bunch of assortment of goodies from these. You can get things from witches like sugar, redstone, glowstone, gunpowder, all that good stuff. And then you can also get totems of undying. You can get saddles, which is really, really good for vault hunters because of how often that comes up in the crystal recipes. But essentially you have a villager with a job right here, so that when you go and get bad omen, which we have a teleport to a pillager tower. We actually found this thing. So you would come to a pillager tower, you'd try to aggro one of the leaders with the banners on their head and get bad omen. You'd come to the raid farm, and once you teleport here, the raid would start to trigger automatically because you're close enough to the villager. You come all the way up the top. You let this bubble elevator take you all the way up. It's a bit of a journey, but it's fun. Once you pop up the top here, we've got a bunch of boats, and this is actually to catch all of the vexes that get spawned, because essentially the raid bar will fill up, the raid will begin, and all of the entire raid will spawn on that platform, and they trigger a redstone system from those tripwire hooks, and yeah, they all get pushed down, and you kind of just kill them all here. I kind of want to demonstrate it real quick. Okay, I thought this was going to be a little bit of a mistake. Oh, we got two of them now. Hey, hold up. This might be good. So, with no armor here, this can get a little bit dicey just because they're shooting all their stuff. There we go. Look, there's one of the guys. So you just come here. You just try to snipe him. You want to try to take that bad omen. We did see another guy. I don't know where he went, though. I wouldn't mind getting it twice. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Let's just quickly kill this guy. Get out of here. Oh, boy. Oh man, yeah, those pillagers can get pretty nasty. So now that we've killed him, we've killed those pillagers twice, we have bad omen 2. Then all you do is go to the raid farm itself. The raid bar up the very top of the screen is already starting. You come straight into here like we talked about before. And then my favorite part is actually watching the entire raid just spawn in all at once on this platform. There they go. Trigger the redstone. It takes about 6 seconds or so for the actual water to get dropped. Here we go. Old mate's already dropped down. There goes the water. It pushes them all down into the chute. And the best part about this farm system is that the ravagers themselves actually get caught in a lava trap that is inbuilt up at the very top platform there. So you don't have to worry about those guys. You just sit here and swipe away. Literally, you just sit here and swipe away. My goal, hopefully, at some point is to automate this with some sort of mod. You know, I know that we can get a player damage trap at some point and place that down here so that this could be kind of semi-automatic. You don't actually, you still have to trigger the raid. So you still have to be able to do that. But yeah, that's all you do is you literally just kill those guys. It collects it. As you can see, you get a whole bunch of random goodies from this. The emeralds though from this are way better than any emerald trade farm with villagers too. I hate to say it, but it's true. And then all you do with all the junk that you get, you just come over here and toss it in. But yeah, hopefully there's a way to maybe automate this. The only thing is that you have to re-trigger the raid again. So as you can see from defeating that wave, we actually did we did get the bad omen effect again. So then all you need to do is actually just drop down this chute right here, which gets you close enough to the villager that's down there, and it triggers the raid again. And you just come back up into the water elevator and rinse and repeat. Now, the only other thing that you would need... Oh, there's a Ravager stuck up there. That's interesting. Well, he'll despawn once we go away. But the only other thing that you do need to make sure that you have, if you're playing this in vanilla, is all the way down the bottom there, have yourself a cow. You need to just go get yourself a cow, put him in a boat, bring it out here and get him trapped, because you need to drink milk to be able to get the bad omen effect to go away. Luckily for us, in Vault Hunters, we have the cleanse ability. And that takes care of bad omen or any negative effect that you might have. So, yeah, I'm going to fly home now so that we can get rid of that Ravager that's stuck up there and talk about what we got planned for the rest of this episode. Nothing like coming back home again. So, yeah, what I wanted to do is kind of just give a bit of a rundown as to what's been happening. The past couple of days, I've honestly just been live streaming on Twitch, building those farms. The magma farm took the longest. There was a lot of trial and error with that one. We spent maybe a good solid 4 hours building that farm. And then the next couple of days, we built all the rest of it. The wither farm, the gold farm, and all that stuff. The raid farm, that one was pretty easy to build because I've built it so many times before. So other than that, in between building the farms, so I wasn't getting too bored, we did go and run some vaults, and we did get a whole bunch of different gear and whatnot, and you can see that we've leveled up a couple of times. The one thing that I'm really wanting to start to focus on now, though, is the fact that I'm starting to run out of storage, especially over here with the gifter statues and things. These start to fill up chests really, really quickly, and believe it or not, most of the chests that we have here are starting to fill up. I have been managing the inventories quite well so that it doesn't look too full right now. There are a few empty chests, but like basalt, for example, I have an overflow of basalt, magma blocks and snow blocks and all that kind of stuff. So at the moment, the way that I have my storage systems set up is that blocks and some random things are over this side, and then kind of more individual or farmy items are over this side, as well as the two vault section stuff. So in this chest, we have all the consumable types of things from the vault. And then here we have all the auras and essences and things. So one way to start to remedy this is to look into the mods that we can unlock. And at the moment, the only thing that we have unlocked is some decoration mods to reduce the cost of other mods. Because we have talked about this in a previous video, but when you unlock mods in this system, there's kind of a give and take to increasing the price of certain mods. That's what this +4 means. And then also decreasing some. With decoration mods, you can see that it adds a -1 modifier to every mod. So unlocking decoration mods is the only way that I know of at the moment to make mods that you might be trying to unlock cheaper. But that being said, you're limited to only unlocking 6 decoration mods, which means that you can only reduce the cost of every mod here by 6 total. And so the only thing that we've done at the moment is unlock 4 decoration mods and waystones to be able to start making our way across the world a lot easier, especially with these farms, getting to the end and all that kind of stuff. This is just a lifesaver. And so that brings me to the next point. The one thing that I've been really hoping to unlock next is this thing called danks. In a nutshell, danks are kind of just like these little cubes that you can hold in your inventory to help you manage inventory space, mainly for when you're in the vaults. They can be used in the overworld, but essentially what it does is picture it like a shulker box, but whenever you can set it up so that whenever an item is dropped, so like say when you search a chest in the vault or break a chest and all the loot explodes everywhere, they can get sucked up into your inventory and sucked up into a dank, which again is, picture it like a shulker box. The items get automatically sucked up into the danks, and you can set up filters and all these other different things. That's one of the things I've been really wanting to try to go for to unlock with these mod systems. But then I started to think, well, I'm starting to run out of storage. Storage is becoming a big issue for me right now. So even if I was to unlock danks and run through the vaults and get more gear, I'm going to run out of space to put that gear. And so that's where this talk of storage has come into play. And there are many, 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 many different options for storage in Vault Hunters. The one that I seem to be a really big fan of, but I don't think it might be viable at the moment, is one called RF Tool Storage, for example. This mod allows you to kind of create computer interfaces and things like this that allow you to expand your storage and have a bit of convenient access to your storage. But a lot of these storage mods here require you to have a power mod to be able to give them power. So RF Tools, for example, needs power to actually run these computers and all these other different types of things. So you would need to unlock a power mod to go alongside of it. And as you can see, some of these are quite expensive. Power, for example, is 3. RF Tools power, it costs 1, 5 points, 5 points. And then if I want to get RF Tools, that's another 1 point. So all this stuff starts to add up pretty quickly. The one storage mod, however, that does not require any any power mods is drawers. So as the description says, this mod can store multiple parentheses thousands of stacks of one item in one block, and drawers can be chained together to create an array of storage. Pretty much picture these as single chests like you see behind me, but can store massive amounts of quantities of things, and could really start to help me with the issue that I'm having with running out of storage. And also, funnily enough, earlier on in our playthrough, we actually had a vendor offer to be able to buy a storage drawer, just like we have here. So earlier on through our playthrough, we actually bought one of those because I was quite curious about it. Here it is right here. So this is an oak drawer. And if we wanted to have a look a little bit into it, so say sand, for example, is something I get a lot of. If you place down your drawer, you see that you can actually take an item like a block, for example. Blocks are really, really handy to be able to store. You can actually right click a storage drawer, and I've just placed that entire stack of sand into this one drawer. And if I shift click onto the actual drawer itself, you can see that there's one stack here. Standard drawers that you craft by default with no upgrades in them can hold up to 32 stacks of that one item, which when you're looking at a double chest is probably about 3/4 of a double chest. So pretty good when it comes to storage. When you want to get an item out of the drawer, you can actually just left click the item itself. You can punch it for single blocks, or you can shift left click and get the whole stack back. So if we wanted to demonstrate just how much this thing can hold, let's take basalt for an example. I can actually probably take that would have been easier. But yeah, I believe it is 32 stacks by default. And if you just spam right click with whatever's in your inventory, you can place it all inside. And at the moment, you can see we have 1,700 blocks of basalt in there. But I think once we reach that, go past that 32 limit, right click everything in here. You can see now I cannot put any more in. I have all these stacks at 44. That's it. So it's 2,048. I believe that is 32 stacks. So by default, these things can actually hold quite a lot of storage when it comes to basalt, or blocks. Blocks are a really good way of being able to start to really mass store these things in a really compact kind of way. So I'm thinking what my train of thought here is, if I still wanted to unlock danks so that we could run around in vaults and collect more gear, the smart thing for me to do right now, I feel, would be to unlock danks alongside of drawers. That way I can start to work on a storage system that doesn't require power, while at the same time unlocking danks. I think drawers are probably going to be a good solution for that in the interim, because if I did want to unlock any more storage mods in the future, like RF tool storage or whichever one it might be, and I need power to do so, I can still add to that later on. Which means that no matter what, no matter how long I have these drawers for, they're always going to be useful and I'm always going to use them. So I feel like that's going to be a smart choice. Now, there's many different things you can do with drawers as well. You can actually create hundreds of these, just like my double chest storage over here. Just imagine that all of these double chests are all of these drawers. You can connect them all together, and you can actually use something called a drawer controller. And this thing is incredibly expensive. I've only just recently gotten all the gems it takes to make one pog. But essentially, the drawer controller kind of acts like a computer interface that allows you to draw out any item that you would like from all of the drawer storages that you have in a certain area. So yeah, I feel like drawers might be a good way to go, especially when we have over here in our vendor right here, we actually have storage upgrades, which this is for storage drawers. And essentially what this does is, as it says there, increases the storage by 4 times its base value. So instead of this being 32 stacks by default, that means if you had one of these upgrades inside of the drawer, that one that we have in the vending machine by 4, then you could hold up to, what is that, 128? Yeah, 128 stacks of that one item would be very beneficial. So like, let's have a look right now. If we were to buy this storage upgrade and then come over here to our drawer and then shift right click it. Oh, it has to be with an empty hand. We grab our storage upgrade and throw that right in here. Now, when we were trying to put the rest of this basalt in, we couldn't. Now from right clicking, it's all in there now. So instead of this only being able to hold 2,048, with this storage upgrade, you'd be able to hold over 8,000 blocks of that one item in one drawer. And having a look at the recipe for it, which is this one right here, you can see it's quite affordable to make. These storage drawers seem to be very affordable for early game, and I think it's going to be a good solution for us for right now. That's what I'm thinking about doing, to be honest. I think I'm going to try to spend some points and unlock drawers, and we can also unlock danks. This is going to be huge for us, and it means that we can just start to focus much more now on running vaults over and over and over again, and hopefully expand our storage a little bit. Because of all the vaults we've run recently, as you can see, we have a ton of star essence and we have 54 vault diamonds. And speaking of vault diamonds, here is another highlight of what happened during the last episode of running these vaults. Something that I've actually never seen before. We were running a vault just like normal, where I came along a gilded chest, and just check this out. Oh my, 6 vault diamonds in one chest. Bro, what? That gilded chest had 6 vault diamonds inside of it. I don't think I've ever seen that. But essentially, what we need at the moment is we need about 3 knowledge stars, I think. We need 3 knowledge stars to unlock 3 mods. And I think we have just enough. This is 3 knowledge stars worth of star essence right here. And as you can see with the vault diamonds, we have plenty of those to go around. I mean, after this, we only have 27 left, but still, this is enough to craft 3 knowledge stars and unlock danks and drawers. So we take the rest of our star essence, turn these into star shards, and then the most expensive part, 3 star cores. Oh man, yep, let's do this. 3 star cores, knowledge stars, boom. Just like that, we have 3 knowledge stars. I feel like we have to be a little cheesy. We have to consume our knowledge stars under the stars. Yeah? No? No? Okay, I'm just gonna eat these now. Boom! Just like that. I'm so excited for this. It's been actually quite a bit of grinding to get to this point too. So just so I can double check, we're gonna click on this. It's gonna increase a lot of mods. Well, no, just power a few mods. It's going to increase the price of, but danks should remain the same. So 3 knowledge stars, we go 1 into drawers, and then the other 2 into danks. Oh man, oh, that feels real nice. So now essentially what I can do, and I might actually work on this now, is organizing some storage with these drawers and crafting up a bunch. We're not going to be able to craft that many because the drawers actually do take things like, I think it's beniatite. So if we have a look at, say, oak drawers, yeah, it takes beniatite and then just regular chests and stuff. But then to craft upgrades for them, you do need some things like alexandrite or vaulthunters or anything like that, pionite, all that kind of stuff. So what I'm thinking I might do is move this storage eventually. I want to get rid of these 2 shelves and clear this whole area up for a bit of space. And I actually was thinking about creating our storage down here somewhere. To be honest, this potion machine has served me quite well, but I don't think I'm going to need it. And if I do, I can set up a much smaller and more temporary one. So I'm thinking through this back wall, maybe even on the inside here, right on these inside plates, we might set up our drawers on either side right here so that eventually we could have our terminal for our drawers right in the middle here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend some time reorganizing a little bit and see what we can do with these drawers. So essentially, this is all I've gotten done so far, mainly because I'm running out of beniatite. I could make a little bit more and expand onto this side, but I just don't really need to just yet because I really need to do some more organizing. And this is actually going to store quite a lot of stuff. My main idea at the moment is to try to organize a wall for blocks. Kind of probably similar to what I'm doing upstairs. Have one side for blocks and then maybe another for other items. In the middle here, I think I'm going to have more stuff related to vault stuff that we might need, like iron and diamonds and things like that. Because you can actually make drawers that are split into multiple parts. For example, this one right here, you can make a drawer with 4 different parts. And that could be really handy for things like if you need iron ingots or iron blocks and iron nuggies, stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is going to be the main idea, but I am running low on the beniatite. Few things though that we can actually look at doing. First of all, oh no, that's the wrong thing. I need the upgrade. So I don't think we've upgraded this one yet. No, we haven't. I haven't really stored anything inside these yet, but there's a few different things that I want to do. First of all, let's add this upgrade to this storage drawer because, yeah, we have a bit of basalt. That's actually one of the reasons why I want to start to create another storage system is because of stuff like this. The overflow of basalt that you get is quite incredible. So now that we have the upgrade in there, I think we might be able to fit most of this stuff in here. And the only thing that I'm starting to realize, I think that you need to have an empty hand. Why are you not taking... Oh, I think I know why. I tried to name this particular block. I just tried to rename it to basalt because I was hoping that when I was in the UI, it would like the name would pop up, but I don't think it's going to work that way now. So are you yeah, okay. Yep. I've kind of just wasted this piece of basalt, but that's fine. So now I'm curious. I just kind of emptied my whole inventory. If I click once... that just does one stack. Click again, that does another stack. Oh, wait, no, that didn't. Is this already full? Oh my, it's already full. So this is kind of a good example. Oh no, it's not full yet. Oh, wow, okay. I just didn't click it correctly. I just confused myself a little bit. It was definitely nowhere near full. I forgot that it's 8,000 that this can hold. But yeah, I think if you double right click, you throw everything that's in your inventory possible into that. So have a look at that. That's so insane. This one storage drawer now can hold essentially more than 2 double chests worths of basalt just with this one storage upgrade. And these can stack, by the way. So if I was to grab another one of these storage upgrades and throw it in here, this would now have a ridiculous amount, probably 16,000 or more different stacks or stacks of basalt that it could hold. So this storage, yeah, I think storage drawers were definitely the right way to go. I'm just going to kind of come down here and assort this out in a type of way that makes sense. You know, the blocks that we use the most, like cobblestone and dirt and sand and all these other different things, and fill this wall up. And yeah, it's going to be really, really handy. So the only thing that I want to talk about real quick is the drawer key. What this does essentially is that you can lock a drawer. And the reason why you'd want to lock a drawer, like say basalt, for example. So now that I've right clicked this drawer with the key, you can see it's got a little key symbol. You can unlock it, lock it, unlock it, lock it. And looking at it up the very top of the screen there too, you can actually see details on what the drawer holds. You can see what the drawer is made out of. This is an oak drawer. It shows you what the item is inside, which is basalt, and it shows you the amount, 88 times 64. So it's saying there that I have 88 stacks plus 25. That's really, really cool. And it shows you there as well, the stack limit is 128. And also with the locked symbol, what this means is that once we get a controller system set up so that we can see all of this inventory on one kind of terminal, if I needed to withdraw 10,000 basalt to make a vault crystal, then having this locked will keep this drawer kind of saved for basalt. So what I mean by that is if we unlock this really quick, and I can't believe I'm doing this because I need to empty this again. That's going to take me a minute. Oh, actually, you know what? I can just do the smarter thing and show you in a different way. So if I take stripped oak logs and put this in this chest, pretend that this oak drawer was full of the dark oak, right? It was completely full, and I needed to make a crystal, and I needed all of the dark oak that I had in here. Well, if I was to pull all of these dark oak logs out, then you can see that this now becomes completely empty. So keep in mind, look, I have 37 stripped dark oak logs here. Let me put all these back in there. Whoops. There we go. And now, so if I was to grab the key and lock this thing, and now if I wanted to grab all of the items out, as you can see, there's 37. I still have all the right amount of stacks of oak logs, but it's locked it now, so it hasn't completely removed the interface and made this a blank drawer. It's now stayed in its state. So this can be really, really handy for when you're doing builds or you need to take out as much of an item as you need to. So you need a lot of cobble to make whatever. You can draw them all out without it kind of resetting and making your drawer blank again. You know, essentially locking the drawer. Over explaining it, I think I know, but yeah, you get the basic idea, and I think I'm quite happy with this. I just need to do more vaults to get more beniatite so that we can increase our storage. Before we go and start running some vaults though, I'm going to need to create danks. That's going to be part 2 of this video idea. We've got our storage system unlocked with the mods, and the very next thing that we need to try to look into now is danks. Danks are a really handy thing, and they're not incredibly expensive to make. I would really like to make one really quick to show you. The only thing that it might need is something like this. Is called an arena crate, which if you actually might have remembered early on the episode, I actually have some of those. Over at our gold farm collection, as you can see, I actually made some arena crates because essentially these are boss crates that you can craft. And I think I can use this spare one. I don't actually want to lose this thing. So maybe I do this and then I do this and then because I don't want, oh god no, I've already screwed it. I always just fat finger things and panic from time to time. Sure, someone can relate, right? Good thing we have our other waystone right here. Don't know what that horrible noise was in the nether, but yeah. Now we have our arena crate. Let's craft our very first dank. So the only other thing we need is 4 netherite ingots and 4 perfect vaulthunters. Luckily for us, with all of the vaults we have been running, we've got quite a bit of ancient debris, netherite. We're not going to be running short of netherite ingots. And then the only other thing was vaulthunters, and we need 4 of these perfect ones. So 16 of these will do. And just like that, we have 4 perfect vaulthunters, and look at this, our very first dank. Now, I hate to leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger, but unfortunately, we've run out of time for this video. It was kind of just much needed to try to explain to you guys what I've been doing and just give a good explanation to... Whoa, what the hell? Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I thought it'd be a good explanation to tell you guys what I've been doing with the farms and everything and just trying to sort out a bit of a storage and update episode. So because of that, to make it up to you guys, I know this episode wasn't the most exciting, and I apologize for that. That's just going to mean that the next episode, we're going to be running a lot of vaults, and it all starts here with the dank. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Next episode, we're going to start with a little bit of an explanation about what this dank does, and we're just going to jump straight into a ton of vaults. My goal now is to just start running as many vaults as we can so that we can just start to upgrade and unlock more mods. Mods are the key to this mod pack, and the only way to do it is through the vaults. So we're getting ready for that. The fact that now we have danks in hand and we've started to upgrade storage means that we can really get our ball rolling and we can start running as many vaults as we would like. So I think that's what we're going to do. It's time to wrap up this episode. And so you know what that means. It's actually time to throw one of your guys' usernames on a statue. And you know what? I'm pretty sure if we take one of these statues that have been completely dried up and we throw it in the cauldron, we have just created our very second ever Omega statue. So this one's going to be quite special. What I think I'm going to do for this episode is still name one of you guys on one of these regular statues. But to get your username or your skin on one of these Omega statues, I'm going to make this just a little bit more interesting to show some extra support and appreciation for everyone who has been supporting me on this series. If you've made it this far to the end of the video, then you're going to know how to follow these very special instructions. What I'd like you to do, guys, if you really could, if you wanted to get your skin on one of these Omega statues right here, what I want you to do is leave down in the comments below your Minecraft username just like you always have been, but attach to your Minecraft username. Give me a little bit of a story as to what got you into Minecraft and what you enjoy about it. Essentially, just kind of tell me what it is that you like about Minecraft. You know, you can just say Minecraft is a cool game, whatever it is that you would like. I'd just be very interested to read some comments about why some people got into Minecraft and what you enjoy about it. That way it kind of splits it apart from the different comments we get, which is just the Minecraft usernames to put on these smaller statues. And next episode, I'm going to choose somebody to be represented on the Omega statue, and these last quite a while. So with that being said, let's grab ourselves one of the mini statues. This one right here is still producing, so it's time to pick a username. And the person who's going to be picked for one of the statues this episode is Mysterious Girl. There you go, Mysterious Girl. Thank you so much for your support. Oh, the skin. Did I spell that wrong? No, that's exactly how it was spelled from the comment. Well, I guess make sure to double check your usernames, make sure they're spelled correctly. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for the support on this series. That's going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we're going to be jumping straight in to some vaults with danks and all the good upgrades and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's going to be much more action-packed, I promise. Please make sure to double check to see if you're subscribed. I would really appreciate it. These videos do take quite a while to make, so I'd appreciate you leaving a like or a comment. It really does help me out a lot, and it does mean a lot to me, and I really do enjoy reading the comments. So many of you have been so supportive and very helpful as well. I've been learning a lot just from reading the comments, so I appreciate that a lot. Have a fantastic night or day wherever you are in the world. Please do take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys soon.